a point of pride at East Middle School. We're very pleased to welcome tonight the honors geometry group of students from East Middle School. When the lessons of a classroom combine with the application of a real-world situation, great learning can take place. Last month, our honors geometry students at East Middle School were able to tackle a hands-on project that provided excellent relevance to the classroom curriculum. Just as we are discussing thoughtfully planning the design of a new middle school on Cherry Hill in Canton, these students were tasked with designing one of their own as well. Eduardo Blanco from TMP, the architect that the board is working with, and engineers, spoke to these students about design, geometry, computer-assisted design, and other topics which provided a professional perspective to this assignment. Tonight, Mrs. Stephanie Kiles is here, their instructor, and she has students with her from East, and they would like to present some of their designs and share their experiences with us, and please welcome them.
Thank you. So as part of our unit on similarity, where the kids are learning about scale factor, I thought it would be a really cool thing, since we were designing a middle school and coming to the middle school, to have the kids actually do this project. So as Dr. Meisen said, we had Eduardo come in and talk to the kids about the whole design process. We didn't have a Brody Killian to put any money limits on this, so we got schools that were about 200,000 square feet. We got swimming pools, we had massage rooms for teachers, I personally like that one. So we chose, there were really, really great designs, and if you want to stop by East Middle School, there are some hanging outside. So I chose a group from each of my two classes that really represents a realistic middle school that could fit the parameters. And so without further ado, I will let them speak. So first up, we'll go with, it's Crystal Liu, Claudia Chen, and Annie Ning, and then after that we'll have Kurt Farber, Ryan Triolet, and Sarah Gendron present theirs. So go ahead, kids. You can hold it up and show the board, and go ahead. Move up. Microphone.
The school has many parts to it, and it has like 3 levels.
They can't hear you. Closer to the mic.
Yeah,
there you go.
So we can hear it's kind of hard to see. But so this is like the ground floor, and you would enter from here, and then pretty much here, right. Just look at the entrance. So you would enter right here, and for convenience, like the office is basically right in front of it, so you don't get lost. And then over here is like the wings for like the educational parts, like social studies wing is here, science wing is here, math, ELA, and then there's a connector between social studies and ELA to make walking around easier. And then the media center is like between the social studies and ELA wing. So, and it's basically in the center of all the wings, so it's really easy to access. And there's like, since most of the students would spend basically like 4/6 of their time around here, there's huge bathrooms here, and instead of having them scattered throughout, and they would be really crowded, and like if they were tiny ones here.
Oh, and so we had a problem at East where the band and the choir rooms shared a wall, so we could hear the band warming up in the choir room. So what we did to fix that was we put the bathrooms in between. So then band and choir don't need to hear each other, and the bathrooms can be soothing.
Designing with a purpose, that's great.
So we made our hallway the middle and super big, so because when it's lunchtime there would be a lot of students, so we need to make it extra wide so it would be crowded. And then over here is the gym. It has locker rooms and bathrooms. And then here is the cafetorium, which is like auditorium plus cafeteria. And so there would okay, So like at our school we also have the stage there since it's the auditorium plus cafeteria. And so we have the stage here in front of everybody. And the way we organize it is there's mostly a bunch of doors down here, but there's also a separate door here for people who buy their lunch so they can walk through. And the kitchen would be here so they get served lunch, they can get all the toppings and stuff they want, and the concessions are here. Then they can walk out and go into the cafeteria. And then if you bring lunch, you just walk through here. And then also, since band and choir are the performing arts, sort of, or what the audio arts. But so when they have concerts, I know for the band, we walk in a line onto the stage and then we walk off. So for this, we have two hallways, one here and one here, and then stairs onto the stage from the side. Right over there.
And then on the second floor we have all of our electives.
Which you probably can't see from here because it's tiny.
But it basically goes on top of the cafeteria. It goes on top of the cafetorium area.
Mostly.
So, like, so.
And then
Here, there's a here.
And then also this part, the art, kind of, I guess you could say, branches over the entrance and it provides shade for hot summer days. And also, the art has almost wrap-around windows, so if they had, say, a landscaping project or something, then they can just look out and lovely landscape.
And our language classes are also in the second floor with the electives.
And commons, and more bathrooms, and computer labs.
And then a big luxurious beaches lounge.
We also have a basement because sometimes the projectors don't necessarily have the best quality and audio sometimes has glitches and stuff. So we have stairs down into the basement and it's basically a theater.
Yeah. The only thing in the basement are 2 bathrooms and a theater. Oh, and we have an elevator. There's only one elevator, but it goes to all 3 floors in case there's handicapped people.
And you need an identification card to get in.
So lazy people right there.
And then in the field, we also have like this recording tower that is obviously not enough money for it because we need lots of expensive telescopes.
In the corner.
Yeah, and it's for the astronomy club basically.
And you can use it for study hall and to escape the winter.
And also bathrooms for outside.
Thanks, girls.
Please introduce yourselves also.
Hello, I'm Ryan Triolet.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Kurt.
So, our school, we took a lot of different ideas from East Middle School and where there's problems with the facility and how we could improve upon those. For example, I know a lot of classrooms for different grades are not even in the same areas of the school. So one item that we focused on was putting the classrooms for each grade very close together. So on our first floor, we have our 6th grade classrooms. So it's just one block, a wing just for 6th grade classrooms, and the wing right next to it. So it's a quick walk to it. We have our like foreign languages, our art, or our elective classes.
And we put them on the same floor so that 6th graders wouldn't get confused because it's their first year. And so that's our 2 wings, and they're each 2 stories. And so on top of the 6th grade wing, there's the 7th grade classes, and on top of the electives, there's the 8th grade classes. And then in the center of our school, we have larger classrooms, and so we have the auditorium, which is separate from our cafeteria. And we have the auditorium right near the front entrance of the school, that's in the parking lot, because when there's band concerts or choir concerts, it's easy for parents to get to that. And then we also have the library there. We
as in like the STEM labs that I know the district is planning on building on middle schools.
And then we have conference rooms and meeting rooms, because I know for things like NJHS, sometimes the group can't find a big enough place to meet. And then we also have the teacher's lounge there, and a boiler room, which we don't really know what that does. But there's one in every school.
So, up here we have a hallway leading up to the gym and the cafeteria. And right off the gym, we have the girls' and the boys' locker room, which would include bathrooms and stuff like that. And then over here, like Sarah talked about, we have a cafeteria separate from our auditorium with the kitchen and the serving area.
So in the kitchen area, we have 2 lines on either side of it, so that students can get in and get their food more quickly and stuff. And then also something we forgot to mention is on each floor of the wings, there's a girls' and a boys' bathroom and a janitor's closet for janitors.
Another item that we focused on was attempting to use a lot of natural lighting, because I know back before East Remodel, we've had certain teachers talk about how they had like prison block windows and very little natural lighting, so we incorporated a lot of courtyards.
Yeah, all the green area is courtyards where natural lighting would be coming in, and then all the yellow highlighted area is where windows would be. And we made sure that all our classrooms had windows, because we were kind of concerned with that, and we thought it would be scary if you didn't have windows in your classroom. And so a non-science core classroom and a science classroom are the same size, but they're both bigger than the average classroom at East, so we figured it would be fine. The only difference is the science classroom has a demo table and sinks in it. And each classroom has a closet and one side of windows, and the science classroom has 2 sides of windows because they're on the end of each hall. And we wanted to make them longer and more like a rectangle shape instead of a square shape, so that all the students can be relatively close to the front of the classroom.
Also, one idea that we definitely wanted to incorporate with our entire idea was like realism and practical use of like, how the school would actually work. Because we didn't want to have like all this crazy stuff going on, just like how like an actual school would work.
Yeah, like we don't have a common area for students because we only have 4 minutes of passing time, so that's not enough time to stop somewhere and hang out with your friends. Like other people in our class, their classrooms had bigger common areas or larger things that we didn't think were realistic to incorporate, either because they'd be too much money or like they would become unused features of the school. Like there was people who had a room that like went up and down the school called a room-evader. And
We decided it'd be more practical to have stairs than just a regular elevator.
Very good.
Very We would really like to commend you on your great insights. I mean, who knows how to design a school better than a student in the school? And I hope that, Brody, if you could pass any of these ideas along to our architects or arrange a meeting. I know you're working with Mr. Blanco, but I think you've got some very good ideas here, and we're very proud of you. Thank you so much.